Hello, welcome to Ask Planets. This is Yashraj, and as you have seen the title, that I am going to talk about the pending karma and how you can see that why you are born, what are the major dues of this life, whether you're born with a mission or not. Okay, so these are the hot topics of this video. So please make sure that you watch this video till the end of it and subscribe the channel as well. Now, what happened on Twitter? I posted a tweet 2 days or 3 days back that past life astrology is the biggest fraud in the astrological uh, system. What what I want to say that I am just saying that we cannot verify the events of our past life, but we can at least see that why we are getting this life. Okay, and we can verify in this birth, okay, with the help of the events which happened before our birth in our family lineage. Because when we are born in a particular family, there is a very major reason, okay, why we are getting only in this family, why we are coming, why we are born in a particular lineage, and why we are born to a particular parents. Okay, this is very important, and this shows a lot of thing. Okay, what happened, for example, say someone Venus is afflicted. Okay, then astrologers will say that you might have done something wrong to your wife and all in past life, but that may not be the case actually. What can happen if Venus is third lord and afflicted, then you might have done something wrong to your mother. Okay, because Venus being third lord is seventh from your ninth house. Okay, so you might have done something wrong with respect to your father's spouse or your guru's spouse or your teacher's spouse. That can be the reason, not only wife, because we cannot limit Venus with wife. Venus is female in the chart, and for a male, it is a wife or sister, whatever you can take. Okay, so this is the interpretation of Venus being afflicted. But it may be that your whether your wife, you're tortured someone, some female or whatever. That is the case as well. But what happens that the events of the past life repeats in this life as well, because effects of the past life always repeats in this life as well, and the amount of free will which we have, by that only we can able to clear all those misdeeds and bad deeds. Okay, and a guru or a teacher helps a lot in that, because ninth house is the house which is the loss of your karma. Okay, and only with the help of guru, with the help of a teacher, you will be able to clear your karmic cycle. Okay, with the help of the ninth house. That's why a teacher is important, and a teacher can be anything. Okay, it can be astrologer, it can be your father, it can be your wife, it can be your mother. Anyone can be your teacher. A lot of pending karma happens automatically. Okay, because you cannot and resist it, you have to go through that. Okay, but with the help of astrologer or with the help of a yogi, okay, you will be able to know that what are the major drawbacks of your karma. Okay, what are the misdeeds, what are the sins you have done in the past, and what whether it is repeated in this lineage or not. Because when your Venus is afflicted, then in this lineage as well, some female must be getting hearted in your family lineage. Okay, and it will repeat to you, to your father, to your grandfather, to your great grandfather. Okay, this happens always. So we have to see, and when we are able to find this uh, in thing in this present world, then we can see that we can say that yes, it might be happened in the past life as well, because that will be giving the verification of the past life, but not that too not directly. Now what happens that Ketu is the planet which is the cleaner of your karmic cycle. Okay, only Ketu is the planet who can clean you. Okay, who can clean your deeds. So for that you have to, and it can be in a difficult manner. Most of the time it is in a difficult manner, and many times it is in a positive manner, because Ketu represents the Matsya avatar. okay, the first avatar of Lord Vishnu, which came on this planet to bring the major destruction, okay, to bring the transformation, to clear the earth, to begin a new era. That's why Ketu is very, very important planet. And in seventh from it, because seventh from any house is the strength of that house, there you will find Rahu. What Rahu does, that he forces you to do certain activities, okay, based on your past life. So at the other end, Ketu is trying to clear those things, and the other end, Rahu is trying to make new things. So this is the pattern of Rahu and Ketu. Let me give you with an example. If you see the chart of Mahatma Gandhi, then you will find Rahu in the 10th house with Moon. Rahu in Cancer sign with Moon is a major signification of doing something related to the fourth house, land, masses, and with an emotional touch, with non-violence, because Moon is not a violent planet. Now, if you see the seventh from it, where Ketu is placed, aspected by Saturn. Okay, I just remember his chart. So in the seventh from Moon and Rahu, there is Ketu in Capricorn sign. If you see the Libra ascendant of Mahatma Gandhi, and Ketu is placed. So Mahatma Gandhi never run for the throne, because fourth house is the throne where you are sitting. Okay, so he never run for the throne, and but he did a lot of things, and because of that, some sort of separation, some sort of peace was there in the fourth house. Okay, so the wherever the Rahu Ketu axis is, okay, that is the major pending karma of your life, because at the end Ketu is cleaning your karmic baggage, and the other end Rahu is making new things. So you have to control your Rahu, and you have to force your Ketu to do much more cleanings. Now, when I am talking about Rahu and Moon, okay, let me tell you that Rahu, Moon, Sun, and Mars are the major planets which holds a lot of thing related to the pending karma, because they are the planets who have Purma Paramatmansh. Okay, what is Purma Paramatmansh? Purma Paramatmansh having the element of God. God. Other planets have the Jiva, are more into the Jivas, the normal ones. They are the special ones. Rahu, Moon, Sun, and Mars. So when these four planets are strong, or any one of the Sun, Rahu, Moon, and Mars are strong, okay, then that native is a lot. The native is born with a major agenda, and his agenda is going to change the world in a very major way. Okay, so it is very important to see that it shows the mission. Okay, you can see in the case of Mahatma Gandhi, he did all those major activities in the dasha of Rahu, and Rahu is with Moon. Rahu, Moon are very strongly placed in the 10th house. Okay, so you can see that how he impacted the whole world, and mostly India. So they are very important planets, and if you are not a celebrity and not a major person, then also these planets are very, very important. Why? Because at least they will show some major agenda of your life. Apart from all these four, Mercury and Saturn are also important, because Mercury is the son of Moon, and Saturn is the son of Sun. So, and also Mercury is the lordship. Mercury is having the lordship of the sixth house of Virgo of the natural Kalpurush Kundli, and third house Gemini. So they are very important houses, because sixth house is your pending karma house, your prarabdha house. Okay, and it cannot be changed at to some extent. Now the actions, now the karma of the sixth house is the third house. This is very, very important as well, because third house is your unconscious activities, your hobbies, which you develop unconsciously. So you're shaking off hands, sitting, and your hand is doing something, okay, unconsciously. So all these activities are ruled by the third house. Now suppose everyone plans their day, okay, that today I am going to do this thing. But what happens, something comes out of the box, that is third house, because we have not planned for it. That is the thing which you cannot control, it is unconscious. That's why Mercury is important. Mercury is the very important planet for pending karma, because Mercury is only planet which is the closest to the sun. He never gets away from the sun. The sun is the soul. Okay, and soul activities are recorded by the Mercury, because Mercury is the closest to the sun. That's why Mercury in modern concept also, Mercury and stands for the communication devices, who communicates things. Okay, who is very helpful in communicating and transmitting activities. That's why Mercury holds a lot of memory. It is the memory, so it holds the memory of your soul. That's why he is always with the sun and holding the sixth and the third lordship in the Kal Purush. Okay, so Mercury is very, very important planet for pending karma, because you see that Mercury is a planet which falls in Gandant position with Ketu. Ketu is the start, Mercury is the end. So Mercury holds all those things. Now Saturn is the controller of the 10th house and the 11th house, your karma and your desires. Saturn is also the significator of the 6th house, 8th house, and the 12th house. Why 6th house? Because 6th house, Saturn signifies there the diseases, not accidents. And 8th house, your longevity is and chronic illnesses are Saturn again from the 8th house. And 8th house is also the third from the 6th. So unconscious activities of the which are not avoidable is 8th house. That's why Saturn is also very important planet. That's why Saturn is also very important planet to see the pending karma, because it is the planet of karma. Okay, so Saturn is very important. You also see that Saturn is the last planet. Okay, so we are in between the sun to Saturn, sun to Saturn. So that's why Saturn is the end. So this is the concept of pending karma, which you can see in your charts, that where which planet is prominent out of those four Paramatmansh planets, Sun, Moon, Rahu, and Mars. Okay, and see which planet they are affecting. That will be the focus. That will be the agenda of this particular life. So you should see that where your Mercury is. That is the major pending karma of this life, because Mercury is holding the memories of your soul. Okay, Saturn, Mercury is holding the memories of your soul, whatever what your soul has. Okay, it has record of your soul. That is Mercury. And Saturn is the planet of karma. Okay, so you can see these points in your chart, you can apply, and you can see that what are the pending karma. I have told you about the Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, he has Rahu Moon in the 10th house. He has a very major agenda. Okay, and Indira Gandhi has a Moon and Saturn exchange. She did a lot of things. Okay, because in Saturn Dasha, because Saturn is having exchange with Moon. She has Mercury in the 5th house in the sign of Scorpio with the second lord. So she has a lot of thing to do with the 5th house activities. 5th house is throne as well, position as well. Okay, father, son, father as well. So a lot of things happened in her life. We can see the event from Mercury as well. Now you can see that Narendra Modi is also running the current Sun Moon Dasha. Okay, earlier he was in Sun Dasha, now he's in Moon Dasha. So all the four planets, okay, the Purva Paramatmansh planets have the major agenda. Whenever their Dasha will come, they will do a lot of things. They will show the major agenda. If their Dasha is not coming in your life, then find which is prominent, which planet is prominent, and which planet they are affecting. Okay, if they are affecting Saturn and Moon, because if their dashas are not coming, then Mercury, Saturn will definitely come. So you can see that what they are holding for you. So go and apply in your charts and see that why you are born. Okay, what are the major pending karma of your life? I have given a lot of techniques. If you think on them, okay, you will make more 20, 30, 40 techniques out of it. Okay, because you have to think on it. So I hope you would have liked this video. So please share it, like it, and subscribe to this channel. Okay, I will be posting a lot of good astrological stuff on this channel. So please make sure that you are subscribed to it to get the latest updates. Thank you.